free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The Braves roll into the 2025 season with a singular focus. Bring home the division title and remind the league what Atlanta is all about.
Swung on, driven to left center field and deep. That baby's out of here. Austin Riley. 3-0 to Olsen, and he powers one. Deep right center field to the wall. It's gonna fly. It's a home run. Back-to-back homers.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Abraham back from my friend Ross Roberts at Valley Equipment Rental. It's springtime, so let's get that garden tilled with a tiller from Valley Equipment. And while you're at it, snag a power washer for the house and the driveway. And if you're putting in a sprinkler system, they have the small trencher that you need. And you can even rent a Skag zero-turn mower and much more to get your property in shape. Valley Equipment, not just for the contractor, but the homeowner as well. 2 locations on the North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at jetsuperstore.com.
You don't have to go somewhere else just so you can go somewhere new. Plan your next vacation with Huntsville International Airport and Breeze Airways. Enjoy friendly, convenient, nonstop travel to some of the most exciting destinations in the U.S., including the home of iconic casinos, world-class shows, dining, and entertainment. Las Vegas. With flights starting as low as just $79, Breeze has got you covered with easy, breezy, nonstop flights to Las Vegas. Book nonstop to Las Vegas now at flybreeze.com.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99 or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Dang it. There's the phone and no one to answer.
256-576-4977.
And as a result, we got many phone calls and letters.
Give us a call on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline today. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll.
And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
And away we go here on a Monday. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah. How are you, Wes Neighbors?
I'm doing great.
You know, I am too. A big thank you to the weatherman upstairs for allowing us to have our golf tournament go through kind of unimpeded, if you will. It was a bit breezy at time, but it was gorgeous, more than anything.
Day, gorgeous tournament, raised a lot of money for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and just so fun to see. You know, we rode around a little bit, and everybody was smiling, having a good time,
and everybody was playing really well.
It was really crazy, except for Philip Love hitting the water.
You said lumberyard.
Yeah, the lumberyard. Hit it in the lumberyard. So, right, the lumberyard. But
a big thank you to Eagle Masonry and Installation for being our
main sponsor. Unbelievable.
Our presenting sponsor.
Yeah. So, but it was, just everybody that went out there, we want to thank them profusely. This is the third year, and we've been lucky for 3 years in a row with the weather.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was raining at my house, and it did not rain at all ever for the golf tournament. And thanks for, Cherokee Ridge for letting us have it out there. And we had,
course.
Had our 19th team that entered at the last minute
this morning.
Ended up 19 under and won a year.
Did they really?
Yeah, everybody got a year's. They remember Cherokee Ridge for the next year. For a year.
That is solid.
That's tennis. That's swimming. Everything. That's golf. That's everything.
Yeah. So already got to go ahead and do it next year from everybody, and just so much fun, and appreciate everybody showing up. For sure.
We are walking up to Hey Coach, and this is the next to last Hey Coach coming up here tonight. And then the other big news that came out today is that Nico is indeed a Bruin. UCLA has themselves a new quarterback, and it is Nico Iamaleava. The NCAA also plans to eliminate over 150 rules with the House settlement approval. We'll dive into that a little bit. We'll also let you listen to Cam Newton, because when I think NIL, I think Cam Newton. Well, so does Cam. Cam has a did you know Cam has a podcast? Cam what a hair sponsor. I can't even talk. Hair sponsor. When I think of Cam Newton, I just think about the flashy clothes, the hats, the hairstyles, and not his play on the field. And by the way, a co-MVP of the National Football League. I mean, but when I think Cam Newton, I think Heisman Trophy, national championship. It's like off the field, Aura took over. It was more important in his game at the end. I certainly do remember a certain press conference after a certain Super Bowl. Didn't go so well there for Cam. Exactly. So I'm going to tell you something. The guy was I saw him athlete. From the spring game to the third game. I've never seen a quarterback improve, or anybody for that matter, improve. Well, South Carolina game to South Carolina game. He played the Gamecocks twice. In the Mississippi State game, he played awful, and they were lucky to win that game. Guy dropped the interception right in his chest. Yep. From that game to the end of the season, it was amazing to watch. Because he wasn't going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate after that game. No. But he just became a better passer. And just the coaching on that team was incredible as well. I have two. One clip is longer than the other. The entire podcast, if you want to go home and watch it. I did not watch the full hour and 11-minute podcast. And evidently, this is nothing new for Cam. It is called 4th and 1 Podcast with Cam Newton and Friends. It felt a little to me like trying to just have a good time with his friends. There's nothing wrong with that.
but it did feel a little Pat McAfee-ish, if that's even a term. But I know when I think NIL, I think Cam Newton.
Whoever gave him the advice to sit out killed that kid. Regardless of how you bounce back from this, you will be the example. He will have this as a stain on his career, and it's sad. I just hate that Nico, who's a good kid, who's a great guy, family is unbelievable, had the opportunity to see Nico. He came to my QB challenge a couple years ago. And to observe him for those multiple days, I did not see this coming. But what I do understand about kids and college athletes is they're getting it from so many different, but bro, if I was you, bro, nigga, bro, you heard how much he signed for? Just imagine, real example. When Carson Beck left Georgia to go to Miami and he realized, like, Carson Beck made $10 million. I'm better than Carson Beck. I know I can slap him for 12, but I'm just making 1.7, 2 million, 3. What NIL was and is intended for is just to make your college experience comfortable. This is not forever money. If you're getting advice from somebody who ain't never been in your situation, bro, man, you got to cite that. So, you know, when you used to write the papers and the teacher used to always say, you got to cite the source. Wikipedia is not a reliable source. There's not a more influential person in my life than my father. But there's certain things that my father can and cannot advise me on. And that's just respect. If Nico would have been successful at holding out, it would have started. Everybody sitting there all across. No. Understand, can you come back from this? Absolutely. The main thing is becoming the best football player that you possibly can be. The money will come.
Well, I mean, the last advice was his best.
Yeah,
becoming, because you're not going to make all your money in college. I like what he was saying. The basic message that he was saying was, college is not forever money.
Yeah,
and you know, just bide your time and work hard, and you'll make it. What I find interesting, UCLA is already trying to raise money for next year. When they win 10 games with Nico, they're trying to keep him. So, you know what?
Yeah.
So UCLA just bailed out Nico.
Yeah, they sure did.
Because they're the only ones that wanted him.
Yeah, that's it.
Because Nico's not as good as, I mean, what we know, and Jalen Hurts and this station knows better than anybody, that people get better if they work hard. And Nico sounds like he's a pretty hard worker. To me, he's just in his third year. Actually has 3 more years of eligibility, counting this year, coming year.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I just, to me, how do you, when people make a mistake, you're going to be reminded of it. That's just life.
Yeah.
And anybody that doesn't think you ought to be reminded of doesn't understand life. And you're in for a hard life if you can't, because you're going to get knocked down. I mean, I've been knocked down so many times and gotten back up in both life and on the field. That's what you have to do. You got to keep fighting.
So it is called the 4th and 1 podcast. That led into it. This was the final segment of the 4th and 1 podcast, which ended like this, talking NIL.
And the last time I checked, NFL quarterback money, that's game changing. This right here is kibbles and bits, this NIL money, especially after taxes. And when you pay your handler and then you take care of all of these people, Dak Prescott is getting $60 million a year. What are we doing, Nico? A year. And now you out here like a loose dog because you ain't got no home. And now you're really desperate. And he might take less to find a home because he's going to realize his value is not as high as he thought it was.
Man, everything that you said, Brian, I ain't gonna cap to you, bro, is absolutely right. And I think a lot of players want the reward before they show the goods.
Especially in today's game. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Man,
they pocket watch.
Bro, when I went on my official visits and when I went on my visits, those things was like, bro, I'm gonna start. Like, now, how fast am I gonna play? That was the most important thing. This the dude I gotta compete with. Okay, cool. Say that. I know I'm better than him. Nowadays, it's like, how much money am I making? How much he making?
That's the first thing. Which we understand is important because for a lot of these players, this is game-changing money for them and their family. So we're not taking any knock away from that, but it's about ball too.
Yeah.
Because if you're only concerned about making NIL money, you ain't going to the league.
No, for sure.
You're not going to the league.
It's heavy, bro. I just hope that a lot of people take this as an example of what not to do. I said this before, and I say it again. This is not about money. This story that we're hearing about Nico is a perfect case of good advice versus bad advice.
Boy, what you talk about?
Good advice could save your life. Bad advice could kill you.
Especially from the wrong people.
Like, bro,
I know.
And you got people saying, bro, you seen what, man, you better than Carson Beck. You can go out there and like, no.
You got to be real with yourself.
You tripping. I'm in a great situation.
I'm in a great situation. They cater to me. You know, in Tennessee, you eat free.
Come on.
He ain't paying for nothing. He wear team issue gear. You ain't got to spend no money, no clothes.
Come on.
You got a car. They probably gave you a dealer car. Your house, your condo, you ain't paying for nothing. And in Knoxville.
People good. Come on.
Anytime there's people go to the game, they probably paying for the whole family.
Come on. And they that's a long ticket because they from Hawaii.
They cutting a check for that. What we doing?
Yeah.
We had a good team last year.
That's a long.
Probably gonna have another good team in the SEC.
Come on, man. And we got recruiting capital.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see how the Nico story ends up.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't make an example out of him, boy, because
no, he too good to be like he gonna play somewhere.
But is it a good situation? It fits his skill set.
We don't know, but we will see. Brian.
And we talking about Florida State. Can we talk about Florida State?
Damn, thank you.
Wrap us up.
This is how the podcast
When I
ends.
say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
All right.
I didn't.
Hey, okay. I say one finger. Yeah. I said one finger.
I kid you not.
You missed the boat. We don't have a sign off like that. What's the deal?
Hold on.
What the heck are they doing?
Okay. Let me get back. All right. I said one finger.
Brian, where are you on all this?
Show that way.
Where are you?
I'm sorry, I dozed off. What happened?
One finger.
Okay. Let me get back. All right. I said one finger.
I don't know what that means.
The last time I was involved in a discussion that said one finger, my prostate was fine.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Man. Yeah.
I am over 50, so
you've got a lot of fun things coming to you, friend. Night of a Thousand
I had
Waterfalls.
one of my dad's best friends.
I said one finger.
Can't handle that. One of my dad's friends, a good friend, best friend, said to me just 2 days ago, says, this getting old stuff's not for sissies.
Amen.
That's the truth.
Amen.
256-576-4977 is the telephone number, because I think we all remember the story in regards to Cam Newton to Auburn over Mississippi State, and that kind of grew a life of its own as well.
Yeah.
And certainly this station was kind of involved.
Unfortunately.
This is pre-you, Wes.
Oh, yeah, I remember all that.
Well, I mean, in our household, he was a NIL trailblazer.
His dad was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's how they got out of it.
Got to have that hustle.
Yeah.
You want to talk to Ray Dog?
Let's talk to Ray Dog. How are you there, Ray Dog? One finger.
What's up, man?
One finger.
Do we scare him off?
Maybe.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay,
just-
everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Are you in shock or what's going on?
Yeah.
No, I'm not in shock.
One love.
NIL Trailblazer is an appropriate and apt description of the recruitment of the transfer of one Cameron Newton.
And remember, that's coming from a guy who grew up in an Auburn household.
Hey, they kept up with it on that Excel spreadsheet on that laptop. I said what I said. One finger. That's championship. Altered football is one. But that was
Did bring Auburn a national championship, so that was money. But excuse me, I don't think
it was capital invested wisely.
He performed awfully well on the football field for the Auburn Tigers.
There's no question
in his
about that.
1 year that he donned the Auburn gear.
There's all of that.
Yeah.
But no, it's the Nico thing. That's going to happen. That happens in all areas of life. Like, you think the grass is greener on the other side, and it turns out it's only greener where you water it.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that expression.
And
Yes.
so, can Nico use the Los Angeles market and the visibility that market provides to make some on the back end? Maybe, maybe not. But there's another broadcaster who is on the four-letter network who I think has always summed it up best. These kids don't understand the value of the platform.
That's
they're presented.
Yeah.
That's true to that.
Yeah.
And so how much of that is getting whispered in their ear when they start having these conversations? That's why I think representation would be a third-party neutral representative. I don't know that we should outlaw that.
When you say third, wait, what are you talking about outlawing? Outlawing what?
Can these kids get agents and lawyers now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem is there's no regulation.
I thought that was still kind of hush. We don't do that.
No. So the problem is anybody. There's no, like the NFL, you have to pass a course and be registered and all that. That's not the case here. And so you have all these.
Well, maybe that's what we should be doing.
I think there's no doubt about that. That's 100%.
And because you gotta have somebody out there going, well, your daddy's talking to you about life-changing money. Your buddy's talking to you about keeping up with the Joneses. Carson Beck just got $10 million from the University of Miami. This is not the NFL where we just one up everybody. Maybe Kirby Smart is a massively, massively underrated coach because his quarterbacks only have one start combined at the NFL level.
So to me, it's having a great quarterback's not bad, but depending on a great quarterback to win and just a quarterback, you're going to end up getting beat sooner or later.
Reportedly, Yahoo Sports
on point.
Reports that Carson Beck is going to receive $4.3 million from the University of Miami. This after receiving $1.8 million from the University of Georgia the year before.
Yeah, so he's not. I mean, I don't know. I just think what's so stupid about this is they went to the team paying them and demanded more money.
Yep.
Instead, and didn't have an offer, and so they ended up, they overplayed their hand.
I have 100%. No idea what UCLA is paying Nico. But something tells me it is not $4 million.
Taxes in Los Angeles are horrible.
So there's that too. Anyway. That is still going on. Well, I'm sure there'll be some numbers leaked out at some point in regards to how much this could have potentially, because his contract, and he had a contract with Tennessee, was going to give him another $5 million had he stayed at the University of Tennessee throughout the life of the contract. $5 million. So... And we found out there is such a thing as quarterback dad in a big, big way.
Yeah, well, everybody has a quarterback dad, right? I mean, that's quarterback. I mean, that has to be tough to be up in the stands and, everybody's either one week they're loving on your child, the next week they're cussing him.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw a lot of stuff at LSU.
I bet you did.
Crazy stuff. In the stands between the parents.
I mean, talking about our mustache man. I mean, I'm just thinking about him.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I watched. I tell you who it was. I just might as well. It was the mom of who's the guy that kneeled at San Francisco along with didn't get as much press as but he played
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. But it's another guy that
Eric
Reed. Eric Reed's mom and Mrs. Mettenberger. She threw a drink on Mrs. Mettenberger. She didn't like the way his son was playing that night. Watched it happen.
Is that Mettenberger?
Yeah. Mother. Not him, but he's on the field. But yeah, nuts.
Anyway, so never thought I'd be listening to the Cam Newton podcast today, but I did want to ultimately say thank you to those that came out to our third annual charity golf tournament. A very eventful, just a big thank you to Bubby's for feeding us lunch.
If you haven't had their meatloaf, you're missing out on your. This is the best. They're all their food. I mean, the first thing that when I saw Philip says is Bubby's doing it? Yes, because I love their peach cobbler.
Yeah.
So
and it was fantastic.
If you haven't been to Bubby's, you need to. The place is awesome. And
it's a zone deal, by the way.
Yes. Oh, it really?
Yeah. If you head over to our website, 977ESPN.com, click on the top banner, which reads "Savings Never Tasted So Good." Click on that. You're going to get $50 of Bubby's Diner for only $25. So enjoy that. You're welcome, because it is fantastic there at Bubby's. And then this morning, we were fed by the South Memorial Chick-fil-A. Appreciate the fine folks at the South Memorial Chick-fil-A for feeding us as well. And hard to get better than a Chick-fil-A biscuit from South Memorial Chick-fil-A. So, again, a big thank you there to all of our fine sponsors and all of our players out there, among them including our very own Scott Tyson. I filled in for Scott in his last segment this morning, and I found out 2 minutes before he looked at me and said, I gotta go. I have tea time. I've got a tea. Of course he did. So anyway, but kudos again to the team that came in last and ended up first. I mean, literally came in morning of and walks away with the whole kit and caboodle. It is a new winner, by the way.
Right, because this is what I heard about the previous 2 years winner.
Mm-hmm.
They said they had 2 ringers and a pencil, eraser. Is what they said. Two
pencils and 1 eraser.
No, they had 2 ringers and an eraser.
There's that as well.
Well, you know, you can pick up more than 1 card when you go out. You just hand in the one that looks the best.
That's right. Oh yeah, but you know what?
I'm not advocating cheating. I'm saying
Are you not?
I'm just saying they don't make you. They don't check how many cards you leave.
Let me tell you what. So this year we had all but 5 teams do it. Next year we're going to try to get everybody to do it. They update their score.
Oh yeah, the real-time scoring.
That was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were sitting there watching from the clubhouse who was winning. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, Mark, hang with us. Let's go ahead and take our first time out, walking you up to Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show, I assume, coming up tonight.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ford Motor Company. From America, for America. Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford with a real quick quiz. Out of all the manufacturers, do you know which auto company employs the most hourly workers in America? Ford. Do you know which company assembles the most vehicles in this country? Ford. That's not just a coincidence. It's a commitment. A 120-year-old commitment to build in America for America. And And during this unprecedented moment in automotive history, you stand to benefit big time. Woody Anderson Ford is now offering employee pricing. You pay what we pay. We've got over 190 F-150s for you to choose from with generous finance rates and the best deals of the year on America's best-selling truck for 48 years in a row. Employee pricing can save you thousands off MSRP, and with over 600 Fords for you to choose from, there's a good chance you'll find just exactly what you're looking for. This offer ends May 31st, so hurry in. Woody Anderson Ford.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas, and if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. Their locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Would you call a plumber for a root canal? The same goes for selling your timberland or farm. Choose someone who understands your property and can help you on the front end so you can capitalize on the back end. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction. As a guide, I have put many hunters in position to take a shot. It's time for you to take your shot. Let's talk about putting you in position to sell your property. Call me at 256-609-0512. Remember, Bo knows land.
Rocket City, for air that's cool and clean, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Get HVAC smart with Professor Green and the expert team at sensagreen.com. Now offering up to $1,500 off any new Bryant system. Whatever it takes, Sensa Green has Huntsville covered. Remember, folks, with innovative, sensible green solutions, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Fantastic movie. By the way, Caddyshack 2 was horrible.
We don't talk about Caddyshack.
No, we don't. So don't even bother with Caddyshack 2 if that ever comes down your list or pops up on your YouTube. And by the way, if it does pop up on your YouTube feed, I'd want to question what you were watching before on what made Caddyshack 2 pop up.
I would be less ashamed for having to answer for in-room adult movie charges at a hotel than to admit watching Caddyshack 2.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Don't.
True Cinderella story.
Don't.
Get out of here.
Don't.
Leave the ball.
Walking you up to Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show. That's followed by Braves baseball. Oh, look. Another Braves pitcher back on the injured list.
Oh, that's awful.
Spencer Strider, after one start.
Get hurt anytime. They brought him back too soon.
Back on the 15-day injured list with a right hamstring.
Y'all, you're whining. Made them bring him back too soon. I need to quit whining so much.
Well, we did pick up another bullpen pitcher for for cash consideration. And it's even better because his name is Scott Blewett. Welcome to the Atlanta Braves, Scott Blewett.
They're doing better. I don't know.
They are doing better. They just got through sweeping out the Twins as they welcome in the St. Louis Cardinals beginning tonight. And we will JIP that game as soon as we are done with Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show. I find it funny that the Braves picked up Blewett for their bullpen today. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. Mark from Spring Hill is next up. How are you, Mark?
Spring Hill. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, man, it's good to talk to you guys. Been real busy in Spring Hill. Just wanted to comment on two things real quick. One, I was one of the 13,000 day game. Then I went over and watched Alabama, Oklahoma softball. They had more there at that game, unfortunately. But hate to cut the tide down, but that was an embarrassing amount of people there. But I don't think that's indicative of this team. I do want to bring up one thing I picked up on real quickly, and I'll tell you this: I'm excited as an Alabama fan. I've never since I watched Johnny Manziel, and I was there when he beat Alabama. Alabama's offense, if they run it like they showed it, they're going to be tough to stop. I just never have seen that kind of pace. I don't know who's behind that. I don't know why we didn't do it last year. But Wes, I don't know if you were there or
was not there.
Video.
Yeah,
saw a video. But I'm sure.
I hadn't watched anything. I can't wait to go to spring practice because it'll be on Saturday.
You mean fall?
Yeah, fall practice. So yeah, the fall scrimmages. I look forward to it. I'm hearing good things. I think they're pretty high on this team. I'm not sure anybody of any consequence so far has entered the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they got their heads on right. They're kind of embarrassed by the way it ended, as they should. And but we'll see. It's a long season. It's gotten longer. A lot of things can happen. I think they're going to secure a couple of tight ends that they need to be able to play, something to be able to play, especially on short yardage. And but their schedule's hard schedule. Go to Georgia. Playing Oklahoma is going to be a better team. Auburn to be better. Playing at Auburn. Playing just the opposite schedule last year, which I don't like. I wish they changed it up. Don't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Mark, what do you think? Don't you think they should have?
I mean, they can, but they didn't. And I think, they kind of, they wanted to change. They changed. They threw the baby out with the bathwater, then they put the baby back in because, they decided, I don't know, I guess, I don't know how they decided, but they wanted to keep the rivalries there. They wanted to get rid of both conferences, which I don't like. The divisions, I like divisions. I think it establishes a clear, 1 and 2 for me anyway. So that's my 2 cents. And the other thing, real quick, guys, is I've been in public education for 29 years now, and I think I've been in about every position you can be in. And one thing I cannot believe no one is bringing up, and I think this will be the death of NIL, if you want it to die, is this is public money, even although it's donated and all that. I've heard all those excuses. Anything, I mean, it goes through Alabama at some point, okay? At some point, because you know where it goes through? It goes with the player. That's a public entity, no different than the, coaches and the players. I mean, the coach's salary is public. You got to look at Coach Saban's contract. It was 47 pages. So, Wes, you being in this sort of business, at least financial side, your thoughts on why that hasn't been attacked yet? The fact that they're public, they're public, and that's a public university. This is not a private corporate Apple computer or IBM or, this is college football with public state money. Public dollars going to a public institution.
Well, actually, they're not using first of all, that's why they're using, to get around that, they've been using the collectives. The money doesn't go to the university. It's not paid through the university. It's kind of different. Like Coach Saban,
it is changing as of today.
Yeah, they're going to make it where they just passed a law the NCAA did where they're going to try to pay it through the schools.
Yep.
So, but the athletic department is where they're getting the money from, not the public, because the athletic department is the one making all the money.
Oh, so it's going to go through the schools, which will, boy, I tell you what, I mean, the laws must have changed. They must be doing, public and private money is something that they always been very mindful of. If you're in higher administration, you better not touch the public. And the public money, meaning that those coaches that they have contact with these players, the Ohio State coach in particular, and they tamper, that's a public employee, regardless of the other. You follow me? I mean, it just seems like there's a gray line that we have monies that are floating around, and it's going to a public entity. I guess I'm just surprised an attorney hadn't taken that on for our universe.
Well, they have to get in line to sue them. That's for sure. If they're doing something wrong, they'll figure it out. There's no doubt about that. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, the Division I board of directors were busy today. They were not playing golf because they deleted 153 long-standing rules from its handbook, a move that will allow schools to share financial benefits directly with players, and expected a step towards a new era of amateurism in collegiate athletics, but the one that remains contingent upon the final approval of the House settlement, which is not finalized even as of this moment. The NCAA board met earlier today, emerged with 9 major proposed legislative changes, including permission for schools to provide direct financial payments to players, including for use for their NIL. NCAA leaders are aiming to reshape the organization's role and are poised to affect these sweeping changes by July the 1st is when the new year begins in the NCAA world, is July 1st, if the settlement is approved by July 1st. Now, if it were to go beyond July 1st, they would have a sliding ruler if there is no settlement done to try to make things quickly turn around. Schools have until June 15th to decide whether or not to opt to provide benefits that would be permissible under the settlement in the upcoming academic year. Proposed legislation also includes sport-specific roster limits and allowing full scholarships to all student athletes on a declared roster, a move that the NCAA said that it will double the scholarships available in women's sports. The proposed changes would also align with the expected House settlement in that it would allow Power 4 schools and other schools who choose to offer settlement-related benefits up to $20.5 million in direct financial benefits to players. Not all Division I schools will choose to operate in the new system, by the way. The NIL clearinghouse and enforcement arm that aims to coexist with the expected settlement terms, which is also included within the rules intended to bring clarity and stability to NIL.
What did that really say?
It's a mess. And
yeah. I mean, if you listen to all that,
it's a mess.
They're just saying that we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's a mess. We know it's a mess. We hear that it's a mess. We think this is going to work. And that's our story, and we're sticking to it. Players will be allowed to hire agents. Oh, this will be great. Players will be allowed to hire agents for NIL purposes, but the NCAA will still use certain eligibility rules that have been used to distinguish Division I athletes from professional sports. Wait a second. Let me read that again.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't even know what they're writing here.
There is no difference. The difference is the NFL and the other professional sports have rules.
Yeah. According to a document that summarizes the legislative changes, for the athlete to receive these benefits, the NCAA will require them to be an enrolled full-time student and meet Division I progress towards a degree.
Which has always been the rule.
How about that? They're not saying academic progress rate.
They changed that rule. That has not always been the rule. That rule came when I was in school, where you had to actually pass classes towards your major. Before that, you didn't.
You can just take whatever.
Yeah, you're a lot of electives.
I immediately think of the late, great C.M. Newton, who was on with us quite frequently and said that he initially wanted to go to Kentucky and become a dentist until Adolph Rupp said, no, I need your major to be eligibility.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, the bottom line is it's hard to do anything like that when you have labs and at the same time as practice.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean,
well, the world needs underwater basket weavers.
Absolutely. I actually weaved a basket in college. I know that's hard to believe.
That's available in Tuscaloosa? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I made let's see what else I made. I'm not very good at making anything, but I made
I did take golf course.
We took woodworking.
Did you really?
It was one of the hardest courses I took. I mean, because I'm not good at that stuff. I was good at math and all that kind of, but that, no. But I was very prideful. I had a little help, had some friends of mine.
The assistant baseball coach was my teacher for the golf class. The assistant baseball coach.
So the golf class?
Yeah, for the golf class. Yeah.
How did Scott do playing golf today, by the way?
I don't know. Yeah, do you think he fudged on the numbers there?
No, I don't think
I don't think so either. Because he teed it up with the UAH men's basketball team. I saw Trey Hamilton out there today, as well as Coach Mick Hedgesmith, and Eric Fuqua was also out there. As he drained a big putt. It was to get you qualified. There are certain things that you can do at it. Just, if you miss this year and you're really not that much of a golfer and just kind of, you can shoot a gun if you want to. We shot an
air gun.
Yeah, we shot a gun today.
Well, I know Tom didn't do
it. He's done it in the past.
Yeah.
You just can own it. Okay.
So the guy that runs this, it looks like a potato gun.
Right. Oh, I love those.
But
those are so much
fun. I went back and looked at it after we shot it, and even that little PVC pipe thing was curved. So even though he's aiming it for down the middle of the fairway, Wes and I go wide right.
Yeah, they couldn't find our ball.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have it on. At least at one point, there was a number of engineer type people at one of the contractors out near the Arsenal who were all about potato cannons there for a while. I don't know why. I don't know if that's still going on. I just know that the vacant lot next to their building all of a sudden was just overloaded with potatoes. And
those things are fun.
They had spreadsheets on which hairspray worked the best as a propellant.
Nice.
They had rigged up a coil from a 63 Corvair as an ignition source.
This is something that needs to happen out at the Arsenal.
Right. So
I'm sure there's all kind of things.
There were schematics.
Yeah.
There might be one in my garage. I can neither confirm nor deny.
When in doubt, just hang out for a day here in North Alabama, and you'll just hear the rumbles. And it's not thunder; it's just testing out at the Arsenal more than anything. 256-576-4977 is the telephone number if you'd like to participate. Those are the big stories of the day. Reese Davis reached out to Reese earlier. And Reese has been a busy fella. He went on his podcast. It's the College Game Day podcast, and now believes ultimately what we heard from Jay Billis multiple times. And what he told us here on this program is that we are now finally, because of all the rules that came down today, are deleting some of these rules. That Reese is of the opinion that, once again, making these players employees is the only answer. It is the only answer.
Yeah, but they have to go to get around the rules now. They're going to have to do what we talked about with a guy from California, Rick Neuhauser.
Yep.
What he said is, and then they're going to have to, the Congress is going to have to help with their to get an exemption.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
It can happen really quick if they start meeting with the players and get some representation for the players and start.
Is there anything even scheduled on the books? I haven't read anything.
I don't know.
I can reach out to Coach Tuberville and see.
Well, we probably need to do that anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
We have a VIP on the line.
Yes.
To add some more potato cannon.
Yes, please. Potato
From
gun
Billy
information.
19, Greg Screws.
There we go. There we go.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm all right. So I enjoy the show. I'll listen as much as I can, but I have a great potato cannon story if y'all want to hear it.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Why
I
am I not
worked in
surprised?
Richmond. I worked in Richmond, Virginia, and I worked at the ABC affiliate. And I guess I led a sheltered life growing up in Hartselle. Potato cannons were new to me. So the guys, like some of the production guys and photographers, they built this potato cannon that you could have put on the Enterprise. I mean, it was this huge thing, and they loaded this thing up, and they were going to go out and try it. And as a joke, they were going to get in the parking lot, and they were going to get in front of this billboard that had the anchor team that was our competition. So, they thought
I
that
love
was
everything I'm hearing.
Yeah. So they thought that was going to be funny, and I thought it was going to be funny. But what happened was they got to messing with it, and literally they set the thing off.
No.
And it had potatoes in it, hence potato cannon, and it blew like a 12 by 12 hole right through the middle of this billboard and about split it in half. So, if it hit somebody, it'd have killed them, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we very quickly departed the premises. And then it dawned on them that they left the potato cannon.
No.
And then at that point, they were just hoping nobody dusted it for prints. But it was one of those things where nobody ever called. Nobody ever said anything. We never got a call about it. But my potato cannon story was when our photographers and our production crew almost blew the competition's billboard off the hinges near our station.
Tell me, there has to be film of this somewhere.
Well, no, see, that was before smartphones.
That was back in the Stone Age when dinosaurs roamed the news.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We should have been shooting T-Rexes with it, but it's how long ago it was. But man, you talk about getting the heck out of there. We cleared out of there. We cleared out of there in a hurry.
Well, when you said photographers and production people, I knew it was going to be trouble.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I mean, it's as y'all know, it's a unique bunch of folks that I warmly embrace. They make
I
my job
managed
easier
both.
every
I
day.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, exactly. But hey, let me just say before I let y'all go, if they pass this rule where all you've got to do and take classes and then be eligible, I'm going to be playing basketball again. I'm going to tell you, there's somebody out there will take me.
How tall are you?
Oh, I'm about 6'5", but see, they'll love me because I don't shoot the ball anymore. I just show up and rebound and play defense. I'm not going to run to the other end.
Bruce fills the paint. He fills the paint.
So he's saying that he's playing defense, ladies and gentlemen. So I mean,
that's right.
Come on now.
Hey, I can go out there. I can go out there right now and get 6 rebounds. I take up a lot. I take up a lot of space.
And sticks up for potato guns.
That's right. I stick up for potato guns. All right. I just thought I'd share.
I fully appreciate that.
Thank you for calling.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for
All
calling.
right. See y'all.
That's Greg Screws. You can watch Greg over on WHNT.
He'll be on 9 o'clock tonight.
Nice. Let's go ahead and take our final time out. If you've got a potato gun story, feel free to don't obviously try to.
We don't necessarily need a demonstration.
No, absolutely not. No property damage is needed here on the truck.
We don't have any signs out there anyway.
No, we don't.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID, and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15. And Newmarket, Jefferson's will be opening a new location at 2190 County Road 65 very soon. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings. Hampton Cove, and soon in Newmarket.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
There is power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
You don't have to go somewhere else just so you can go somewhere new. Plan your next vacation with Huntsville International Airport and Breeze Airways. Enjoy friendly, convenient, nonstop travel to some of the most exciting destinations in the U.S., including the home of iconic casinos, world-class shows, dining, and entertainment. Las Vegas. With flights starting as low as just $79, Breeze has got you covered with easy, breezy, nonstop flights to Las Vegas. Book nonstop to Las Vegas now at flybreeze.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Rain and a few thunderstorms for the rest of this Monday night. Low temperature is going to be falling into the lower 60s. Heading into our Tuesday, rain and a few thunderstorms remain in the forecast, about an 80% chance of rain. High temperatures warming into the mid 70s for the afternoon. We'll keep rain in the forecast through at least Tuesday night. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Sports Talk, 24/7, 365. Your full-time sports station.
You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Anyone do any work around this joint anymore?
No potato songs?
Not this time. No.
All right.
We need some Commodores.
All right.
1974, Machine Gun. Almost seen that.
I thought you were going to come back with Mr. Potato Head or something.
Not this time.
Fair enough. Final call for phone calls, 256-576-4977 is the telephone number. 256-576-4977 is the number to be a part of the program. Oh, we occasionally, I will dig through this date in sports history just to kind of see what happened on this date. How about, let's see here. Billy Martin, in his first tour as the Yankees manager, decided to put a Yankee lineup in his hat and pull out name by name. This happened in 1977. Yankees won that game over the Blue Jays 8-6. And he did it in front of the media and everybody, pulling out the lineup one by one from his hat right before the game started.
Well, you think about it, that's not a bad thing. I mean, because
we're as good as anything else.
Yeah, you're playing 165 games. You need a little shake-up.
Let's see what's going to work here.
And it's not safe enough to throw darts. So.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Names and a hat.
So, but I mean, what if you pulled all pitchers? Is that who played, or did they pull from the?
I think he pulled from the starters and just the lineup and the batting order.
Well,
the batting order.
Works as good as anything else.
Also on this date in 1991, the Dallas Cowboys used their first overall pick for University of Miami defensive tackle Russell Maryland. That was on this date in 1991, almost as long as it's been since the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl. But I realize that was, 95, I want to say is the last time Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
That's because they're paying their quarterback $60 million, which I found out, which is, I was like, I lost my breath when he said, yeah.
Dak? Yeah. $60 million.
He's good, but he's not that good.
$60 million.
So you're killing yourself when you pay your quarterback $60 million.
$60 million.
Because that's almost, what is that? What's the salary cap?
Oh,
it
keeps going up.
Well, yeah, that's.
Also on this date in 1990, National League umpire Bob Engel was arrested for stealing baseball cards from a Target store in Bakersfield, California. That's right. An umpire was charged with stealing baseball cards back in 1990.
By the way, we may have a part 2 of Potato Gun Stories.
Yeah.
I've gotten 2 calls already. To get
wow.
So we might have part 2 tomorrow.
I mean, tomorrow's Potato Gun Central.
Greg, if you're still listening, call in.
Come
we'll
on
need a judge
now.
for the best story of the day.
I think it ought to be a sport. Why not? Everything else is.
Sure. Hey, Coach is next. I'm going to bed.
Ford Motor Company. From America, for America. Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford with a real quick quiz. Out of all the manufacturers, do you